What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today we're going to be going ahead and showcasing this guy. Now, with Judge, he's a pretty old Sugofest exclusive. I believe he came out in 2017-ish, 2018? I think it was 2018 actually, on One Piece Treasure Cruise Global. And this unit is an interesting one, because I was looking through my character box. Obviously there's not a lot of content out right now, and I saw that with his expansion, his captain effect was actually pretty good, and I wanted to go ahead and try it out, and I've got plenty of blue tickets to spare to buy materials on the treasure map shop. So here we are, and today we're going to be showcasing this guy in some content. So before we get into that, let's actually talk about the unit itself in Sugofest exclusive Judge with his limit break expanded abilities. So Judge is an int powerhouse driven, so that's a great synergy with some of the most recent released characters, of course, and his captain ability will boost the chances of int slots appearing. He will go ahead and reduce damage take by 15%, and also will give your crew a 1.25 health boost, and then also makes unfavorable slots have matching slot effects, so that's great, and then boosts the crew's attack by 2.5 times, but if they have a matching slot, it gets multiplied by a further 1.75 times. So if it is a unit that has a matching slot, it's around a 4.3 times multiplier. So that's pretty good, because he does increase the chances of int slots appearing, and you can just run whatever units you want. He's a rainbow unit at this point. For those of you who don't know, with his previous unit before the expansion, he would require one of each color on your crew, so that's a pretty big drawback for this unit. But after the expanded captain effect, they removed the condition of having one of every color, so he's a rainbow captain, and he's actually pretty good. So in this video today, I really hope you guys will see how good this captain effect actually is. And his special ability does get -3 cooldown, gives you 30% damage reduction for 2 turns, a 2 times attack boost to fighter, powerhouse, and driven, and also if he is the captain or the friend captain, he changes all slots into int. So if you are running an int based team, as well as running units that are powerhouse, driven, or fighter, he gives those characters just a full board of slots and also an attack boost as well. This is a great special ability that works very well with his captain effect. So that is the quick rundown here of Judge 6+ with his limit break expansion. I'm really excited to show you guys how he performed in this video today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. Alright, so jumping into the video, of course, we're going to be jumping into all of the 10-star difficulty GARP challenges, because this is probably the best way to showcase what Judge is able to do, right? Because of the fact that he increases the chances of those int slots appearing. Just running a bunch of int characters is going to be super ideal. Or if you just have like other units on your team that can just make those int slots beneficial, also really helps. Because if you are running units that aren't making those int slots beneficial, then it kind of does hinder the ability of Judge. But of course, if you are just running mono int, it's going to be an exceptional combo with that unit, and his special ability with the captain effect just works so well. But talking about this particular content at first, where we have the Doflamingo GARP challenge. Now for the Dofi challenge, it is relatively easy, a little bit mundane compared to some of the other 10-star difficulty GARP challenges that we're all used to these days. But of course, with this particular content, essentially having 2 units that remove paralysis and 2 units that remove despair to high degrees is going to be pretty much all you need in order to get through it, so long as you have like another type of effect that can give you some damage boosting abilities. This stage here against these Dressrosa mobs are pretty annoying. It's always one of the most annoying fights in all these GARP challenges, but you know, if you have a delay, you could use that. Alternatively, to make this fight a lot easier on you, you could just use Halloween Law as a friend captain. It probably would be the best way forward. Even though Halloween Law isn't boosted by the special ability of Judge, it really doesn't matter, but in hindsight, yeah, probably should have just used Halloween Law as the friend, as you get rid of the despair by yourself, and then you just need paralysis removers, and then anytime you take damage, you reflect it back, you do a lot of damage towards them. Would have been a lot easier compared to what we've done here. But I mainly wanted to showcase the synergy between Judge and the Legend Moria. Those 2 units together are so good, and I will be saying it in my upcoming tier list video, but I do think that Moria legit is one of the best legends to release in 2021, and this just goes to show why, because he works well with so many other really powerful units, and he makes the team so much stronger, has a really useful super type effect as well. But anyways, speaking more on Judge, I'm really impressed with what Judge has been able to do. So long as you have other ways to make slots beneficial on your team with crewmate abilities or additional captain effects with hybrid teams, it really does make this team exceptional in terms of clearing that content, and the fact that Judge himself is a driven powerhouse unit, and his special ability is based around driven and powerhouse as well, means that the synergy with Moria is just uncanny, as you'll get an orb boost from Moria and you'll get an attack boost from Judge, and both of which are able to get you a full board of slots. Moria unfortunately doesn't get rid of block orbs, but Judge actually does. So in any situation, so long as the enemy doesn't interrupt you, then this combo of units is going to be super awesome. So I'll leave you guys with the rest of this clip as we just absolutely demolish Doflamingo on this final stage, and we'll pick things up at the Navy Garb Challenge. So moving on now to the Navy Garb Challenge. This team is actually relatively similar to the team that you'll see following this on the Hody Garb Challenge. Just a lot of the units that work really well with Moria and the driven and powerhouse related stuff that are int just outright work really well for the Hody Garb Challenge as well. You'll see that we are using the support rare recruit Daifuku on this team. It's a very useful unit for allowing us to generate those recovery slots, and I really don't know how this team would get around this particular stage without that Daifuku generating those recovery slots, allowing you to get rid of that hunger. The hunger is one of the most annoying effects in this particular fight, and just having an ability to generate recovery slots for you makes it a lot easier for sure. And if you do hit 3 perfects after this stage, you will be getting an orb boost in the following stage. And then we do use the Pika. Rare Recruit Pika allows us to remove 4 turns of Bind and Despair, I believe it's 4 turns, but it just removes the Bind and Despair on that on the following stage, as well as changing all of our slots into G slots, which means that even though G slots are not as good as matching slots, they're pretty good still, still a 1.5 times boost instead of a 2 times boost, and the orb boost from Big Mom is going to be a pretty substantial damage increase. We do also have the support of V1 Robin attached to Pika, so that when Pika launches that special, we not only get those slots, but we do get a minor attack boost off of that as well. So that is, not a terrible combination of units, honestly. You can see we do have the super type Blackbeard on the team, and the really main reason why he was here was just because we needed like a huge hit of damage on either the Fujitora stage or on the Kizaru stage. Now, currently I've used this special once. I used it on stage 2, and we're just trying to get it back here. But I do actually use it here on the Kizaru stage. There was a team, I used this team a little earlier, trying to clear it, and I did actually use the 3 times attack and orb boost on Fujitora, and unfortunately, it wasn't enough damage to kill him. So I decided to use the 3 times attack and orb boost here on the Kizaru stage, and it absolutely demolished it. So that is definitely the best way forward for that. And then on the stage with Fujitora, you're going to see we actually have the Moria and the Judge special generating a full board of slots, a 2 times attack boost, and a 2.5 times orb boost. So even though we have those abilities active and, we can only attack with 4 units, it is only just enough to get over the enemy's HP on this stage. And I thought it wasn't going to kill, but luckily it just snuck in the W against that Fujitora. At this point here though, if you do kill Fujitora, you're probably just going to win the entire fight from here on out, so long as you have your team prepared correctly. There's not really too many situations in which you can kind of screw up from this point forward, so long as you have killed Fujitora, which is kind of the nice thing with the Navy Challenge. If this stage didn't allow you to stall for any specials, it's definitely not unbeatable or anything, but it definitely would make a lot of teams unusable for this particular fight. Having 2 huge bosses back to back on these stages makes it a little bit difficult, but of course, with all the stalling capabilities that you have, it's not a big problem. This team doesn't have a way to get rid of the burn, by the way. it actually just kind of tanks the burn on the final stage. But the fact that using Mori as a friend captain to generate all of that recovery every time you kill something, every time you hit a perfect, it really helps you generate more health, meaning that the burn that gets inflicted on this final boss stage, it really doesn't mean much, and you can hit as many perfects as you like and you shouldn't die from it, which is great, meaning that, you know, you can use the Big Mom special ability to give you an attack boost, and if you do hit those perfects, you get the orb boost in the following turn. We have Judge for another attack boost in the following turn. Just overall, a pretty succinct team that does get the job done without too many hassles, so long as, you know, you're hitting your perfects on the right stages against Fujitora and also against Kizaru. But we'll leave you guys with the rest of this clip of the Navy challenge, and we'll pick things up with the most difficult 10-star difficulty Garp challenge versus Hody Jones. And now here we are with the final Garp challenge of the video versus Hody Jones. Now we actually get the opportunity here to showcase one of the supports that has recently come out, being Treasure Map Shiryu. It feels like Treasure Map Shiryu was like built for the Hody Garp challenge because he attaches to any int unit, and anytime you're inflicted with poison, he removes the poison and then heals 2000 HP. So when we get to the Hyozo stage, you do need some type of way to get rid of that poison. I mean, you don't really need a way to get rid of the poison, but getting rid of it is kind of ideal. And having a support effect such as that, or you could use like the Ivankov or 20th Anniversary Sanji, all of which help you remove that poison, and it is nice that we have a new character that attaches to a lot of units that is able to remove the poison. Other units on this team that are kind of nice to have is we have this Doflamingo once again with the support of Bellamy, meaning on the first activation we're able to remove 4 turns of damage threshold, which means that Doflamingo's second special with double special activation will still be ready for when we need it on the final boss stage against Hody Jones to remove the increased defense. So the color affinity of Doflamingo doesn't matter, we're only really using him for the utility capabilities here. Also, the super type special of Mori is absolutely insane, just so good for this final boss stage, allowing you to get around that special reverse without having to stall a turn or bring a unit that gets rid of the special reverse by itself. We could use the super type of Mori to help us get rid of that. Now you see the way that we clear this stage against Zio and Dosun is kind of odd, but it does get through it in such a way that the second last stage versus Daruma and Ikaros is really easy, because we're able to lock our slots with Kobe's special ability, which gives us also a 1.75 times attack boost to driven characters for 3 turns, which means that not only do we get it on the activation turn, but if we kill that stage in that turn, then we get the 1.75 attack boost in that following turn as well. So it is ideal to use the Kobe special first and then use the Big Mom special, which means if we hit our perfects, we're able to go ahead and get the orb boost in the following turn. And remember that Kobe does lock the slots, meaning that any slots that we have are going to be guaranteed for that next stage. And also we do have the support of Daifuku once again, and this time it's not for a utility effect, it's mainly just because of the orb change, allowing us to get guaranteed 3 matching slots. And it means that, you know, even though we don't get Big Mom's 2.25 times attack boost, we're only getting a 1.75, which does make it a little bit more risky. But if we do kill it in the turn that we activate the Kobe special and the Big Mom special, we're going to have so much damage on this stage here, because we're going to have that attack boost still from Kobe, we're going to have the orb boost from Big Mom instead, and we also have the crocodile, the Halloween crocodile, to remove the burn, as well as giving our, I think it's int characters, yeah, a 2 times color affinity boost. So we have color affinity, attack boost, and orb boost for this mini boss stage. So this stage goes down very quickly, and then we have our special abilities ready to go for the final boss stage versus Hody. Now, it's not a clean victory, I must admit. We do have the support of Sai Recruit Jinbei on Judge, should I say, that allows us to get a bit of a chain boost, because just with Judge's 2 times attack and Moria's 2.5 orb boost, it unfortunately isn't quite enough to get the win. It's very close though. I did try a couple of other things, but there are definitely ways you could probably get it to work, but this does still work either way. Luckily, when we activate the Mori special, it does have that damage threshold effect, meaning that even though we get, you know, we get the Hody Jones boss to basically no HP, below 20%, he does a huge death hit. It doesn't matter because Moria is able to tank it, which is kind of nice, because then on that secondary turn, we can just use our normal attacks and can get the win. But that is going to wrap up this video, guys. Judge was very impressive as a captain with Limit Break expansion. I don't know how much I'm going to use him in the future, but honestly was a bunch of fun to use. So I really hope you guys have enjoyed this one today, and if you guys did enjoy it, make sure to go ahead and leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.